From Fox City Stadium in Grand Chute, Wisconsin, Time Warner Cable Field, this is the 2012 WIAA Boys Spring Baseball State Championships, a Division III matchup featuring the Prescott Cardinals and the Parkview Vikings. And hi again, everybody. Bob Brain along with Bill Brophy. Sophia Minert will join us from the field. Well, Bill, a lot of folks thought that Prescott would be here. Funny uniforms and all, but these kids can play the game. They're ranked #1 in the final coaches poll of the season. They have an outstanding shortstop who leads the charge of this very balanced team.
He just looks like a player. We're talking about Billy Brookshaw. Hit over 500 during the year. Makes the plays in the field and played Augsburg in the Twin Cities next year. He'd like to win a state title first.
And for the Parkview Vikings, it's their first ever trip to state. But lo and behold, they punch their ticket into this championship game because they get a no-hitter on one of their outstanding juniors to get into this championship game.
Pretty cool moment yesterday as Jamison Lavery threw a no-no. First time in only the fourth time ever in Division III history. First time in 7 years in this tournament. He electrified this place. He'll be the catcher today as the battery mates trade positions. Trevor Austin, the ground ball pitcher, is going to be asked to try to win a state title for his dad, the coach of Prescott.
It's the Vikings against the Cardinals as
Prescott's the other team.
Yep. And we're doing it during the And welcome back to the yard. Parkview and Prescott for the D3 title. It's the 7th trip overall to state for the Cardinals. They won it all in 1994. Runners-up in 88 and 99. And as we talked about in the open, it's the first time ever with a trip to state for the Vikings, trying to cash in and bring home their first Gold Ball championship. Parkview with a record of 22-7. They will step to the plate first. The batting order looks like this. Alex Hulry, the shortstop, to lead it off for the Vikings, followed by Brendan Neal, the center fielder. The pitcher, Bill talked about him in the open, Trevor Austin, he's a good one. The DH in the cleanup spot is Riley Pearson. Jamison Lavery, yesterday's heroes, behind the plate, batting 5th. Jarrett Walden, the second baseman, followed by Charlie Thole, Elliot Olson, the left fielder, and Nick Henning, the first baseman, bats #9. And on the hill for the Prescott Cardinals, well, if you have a #1 pitcher, this would be #1A. He's a good one as well, Mike Little.
He's 7-1 in the year, as you see, with a 1.75 ERA in 44 innings. He's allowed 34 hits. They've all been starts among his 9 appearances. Thrown 2 complete games and a shutout, but a good walk-strikeout ratio. And again, they'll ask Mike Little to try to pitch him to the title.
The umpires for this D3 championship, Dave Steiger calling balls and strikes. Steve Sevels is the first base umpire. Paul Fellhausen over at second, and Josh Saylor is over at third.
They're the best of the best, too, just not the teams. The WIA picks the best guys in blue. Come spend 3 days in Grand Chute. Congratulations to those gentlemen. They've had a good couple days. Very few brouhahas.
So Mike Little, you saw the numbers. Didn't throw any pitches in the semifinal game, but throws the first pitch for a strike that Horry bangs into left field.
Alex Horry comes out swinging. Parkview hits collectively 305 as a team, and Horry jumps in the fastball, and he's aboard to lead off the game.
One on for the center fielder, Brendan Neal.
Ran an 1 for 3 yesterday.
Squares, pulls back. 1-0 to Brendan.
And that was a pitcher's duel. Everybody talks about the no-hitter, and rightly so, but that was a game full of drama. I mean, it was a game hotly contested till the end. And the no-hitter kind of overshadowed that, but Parkview had to worry about holding on and winning the game, and they were playing small ball late.
Bang to the shortstop, Brookshaw. Out at second, out at first, double play. Told you about Brookshaw. He is as sure-handed as they get in the field. That one, a nice roller to him to turn the Twin killing.
Yeah, his offensive stats cause you to open your eyes, but you watch him play defense, he looks like a prototypical shortstop. Makes all the routine plays like this one, and that erases the base runner. He's a pretty good player.
So the base is clean, 2 down, and now here's Trevor Ossen. Trevor's father, Troy, coaching down the third baseline in his first season at the helm. How about that? Take over the ball club, and you're playing for a state championship in your rookie campaign. Upstairs, 1-1, and he did it with a junior-heavy lineup. Only one senior, Larry Kaiser, on the roster. But Troy, he's known these kids, coached them since they were 9 years old. The defense for the Cardinals, Sandvig, Johnson, and Lausch left to right in the outfield. Hintz, Brookshaw, Munson, and Kuiper on the infield. And Brian Early's the catcher for Little.
Yeah, you've already got a pretty good impression. They're strong up the middle with Brookshaw and Munson turning that double play to erase the first base runner of the day.
2-2. And the count goes full.
Austin 0 for 3 yesterday. Hit .410 in the year at team high.
Stays alive, gets a piece.
Top run producer on the club as well with 18.
Three-two, one more time, and he fists it back over behind second base for a base hit. Good battle, good AB there by Trevor Ossen. Keeps the inning alive. Second hit given up by Little.
No one appreciates that double play more than the right-handed pitcher on the mound, as Ossen muscles this ball into center field.
So he's aboard. And here is Riley Pearson, the DH. In their first strike. Parkview finished third place in their conference, the Rock Valley. And they had 3 teams of their 7 losses, 3 teams that gave them problems during the regular season. Twice they lost to Palmyra Eagle, twice they lost to Beloit Turner, twice they lost to Clinton, the eventual conference champs of the Rock Valley. But a loss to Clinton, a shutout loss, 5-0 in the regular season, was their last loss of the season. They've won since, including a sectional final win over perennial summertime baseball power Arcadia. 4-1 in the sectional. 1-2 to Pearson. Down low, 2-2.
Pearson's a .304 hitter with 12 RBIs. They think Ossen's a threat to run at first. He's going to, and Ossen stole 5 bases this year. This would be the pitch to go on. He doesn't.
In the air on the infield, Brookshaw. A few steps on the grass, makes the catch. Side retired. Parkview gets 2 hits. but strands one and puts a 0 on the scoreboard. The Prescott Cardinals swing the sticks when we return.
Hey, nice turn, Derek and Billy. Derek, nice shot.
Back here in Appleton, bottom of 1, and the Cardinals, with their record of 25-2, will step to the plate for the first time in this D3 championship. Batting order looks like this for Prescott: Logan Johnson to lead it off, followed by Derek Munson, the second baseman. Billy Brookshaw hitting over 500 at shortstop. That's third. Cleanup hitter is Brian Early, the catcher, followed by Jake Hins, the third baseman. Mike Little bats 6th. He's the pitcher. Brandon Kuiper, first baseman, bats 7th, followed by Connor Lausch, the right fielder, and the DH in the number 9 spot is young Mike Brookshaw. And on the hill for Parkview, there it is, the coach's son.
Yeah, we saw him catch yesterday. You saw him get a hit earlier. That's Trevor Austin. As a pitcher, Austin 3-1 with a 2.88 earned run average. This is his 10th game. He's got a save. 40 2/3 innings. He allowed 40 hits, 13 earned runs, walked 10, struck out 42. There's his complete stats.
And if you saw during the warm-ups, Bill, Trevor is all arms and legs and body. A big herky-jerky move to the plate. Big, tall, lanky kid is Trevor.
If he's going to be on, he's got to throw ground balls.
First pitch to Logan Johnson. Swing and a miss. This Prescott team that came into the tournament with a team batting average of .363. And they like to run on the base paths, Bill, to say the least.
117 out of 122 coming into the tournament. Yesterday they put up 5 in the first inning.
Johnson down 0-2. Missing there 1 and 2.
And they put up 16 in the afternoon. Pounded out 11 hits. Stole 3 bases en route to their easy win yesterday.
Horry at short makes the play. 1 up and 1 down. Set the defense for Parkview. It's Olson in left, Neal in center, Kaiser in right. Larry Kaiser, that's your lone senior. Thole over at third, Horry at short, Warden at second, and Henning at first. Lavery, who spun the no-no yesterday, is behind the plate for Rosset. Here's Derek Munson, the second baseman.
He was on base all 4 times yesterday against Oshkosh Lourdes Valley Christian. Scored 3 runs and knocked in 2.
And the early looks at Trevor Austin, he's got good off-speed stuff.
Like
1 and 2, like that. So all herky-jerky to the plate during the warm-ups, and he takes a little something off of it. This one lifted high in the air to left. Olson going back, still going back, and can't come up with it.
Haven't had a chance to talk about the weather conditions, and it's a cloudy, nice summer day. The only issue is the wind, and it's blowing out the left. It took that one to be sure. Olson misjudging the ball, kept carrying. Wind isn't calm, folks. That's incorrect.
No,
it's blowing out probably 15, 20 miles an hour. As you can see on the flagpole on right center, and it definitely impacted that fly ball by Munson, which kept flying indeed out for the left field wall.
Our guys also spelled beautiful wrong. An I instead of a Y. We'll take him out back and flog him and get that corrected.
That's about a bottom shot description.
Billy Brookshaw, the hitter, and is he ever a hitter? He had 506 on the season with 33 RBI. Set school records for runs scored and stolen bases. So he not only gets on, he causes havoc once he's on the bases. And talked about his defense. He's just a good all-around player.
And he's got a shortstop's name. Billy Brookshaw.
Oh, yeah. Brookshaw will play in the upcoming Wisconsin Baseball Coaches Association All-Star Classic down in Oshkosh. And takes a walk there.
And I think Austin might have pitched around old Billy right there. Brookshaw, 8 doubles, a triple, a home run, 31 RBIs this year. So he is a threat to drive in a run, and with the base open, they walk him. They'd rather pitch to Brian Early, a 400 hitter with 35 RBIs. I think Brian had seen that act before.
Foul tip. Yeah, there are not many free outs here in this Prescott lineup. They are loaded 1 to 9, and you can tell because Mike Brookshaw, the younger of the two, he's the DH, and he's hitting number 9. And yesterday in that 5-run first, he hit a 3-run double. Smacked right to Howry. No double up at second, but nice play. If that one gets through, we might see the first run of the day. Instead, 2 down, and it'll bring up Jake Hintz.
Jake was 1 for 3 yesterday, scored 3 runs though.
Floater in there for a strike. Smack deep in the hole. That one will get through. Munson waved home. Throw will be cut off, and the Cardinals on the board first.
So not only will there not be a no-hitter today, there will not be a shutout today for Parkview. Hintz finds the hole between short and third. The ground ball goes into left field with 2 outs. Munson off with the crack of the bat scores easily, and Prescott has the first run of the game.
Mike Little goes after the first pitch. Austin says, I have it, with the hat off. No equipment malfunction there. Gets the job done, but the Cardinals get the run in their half of the first. Second inning on tap, 1-0 Prescott over Parkview. Top of 2, Prescott draws first blood in this D3 championship game. We check in between the dugouts and Sophia Minert.
Bob and Bill, I was able to catch up with the man of yesterday, Jamison Lavery, before today's game. He said that yesterday's game definitely sunk in for him overnight. Now that it was getting out into the media, he was starting to hear from people back at home, school, the community, etc. He said it was definitely the best game of his career to come in and do that here at the state tournament. He got the game ball yesterday, told me he's going to get one of those special plastic cases, give it a nice little home in the bedroom until we can find a better place to put it. And, you know, I asked him about the dynamic about now switching the battery and now going behind the plate for his buddy Trevor Austin. And what do you tell him? Hey, just try to keep up. And he said he actually has a ton of confidence in Trevor. He said he loves the dynamic, that they have so much confidence in each other. They keep each other calm. They know each other's strengths, know what's working for them. So he said, I'm just happy to help the team out, and we'll see what Trevor can do today.
Sophia thanks. The aforementioned Jamison goes after the first pitch and pops to Billy Brookshaw. 1 up and 1 down.
Well, I think the most Amazing. Well, Avery's no. Yes, it was his third and fourth starts.
Everybody, all the media folks that were here, they rushed to talk to the young man. And no big deal, kind of. It was like, I've seen this before. His coach said, yeah, it's kind of done this, been there, done that already with Jamison.
Again, he didn't feel well. That's not the first time that story's ever been written, where a guy under the weather
went
out and performed better than he usually does. Scouts here with radar guns had him clocked about 81-mile-an-hour fastball, so it wasn't like he overpowered people. He pitched threw a cutter about 78, just worked the ball in and out, kept folks off balance. Pretty fun to watch.
Jarrett Walden is the hitter with one down. Foul tips it. Well, and Bill, excuse me, you touched on it too. The fact that the no-hitter was kind of flying underneath the radar because the game was so tight. The game was still in jeopardy. And then once they got that second run, all eyes kind of turned back to the scoreboard and was like, oh, yeah, kid's got a no-hitter going. So.
Yeah, it was a 1-0 game.
Right.
Till the sixth, and they had it on a run. In fact, Lavery's sack bunt moved Pearson into scoring position, and Charlie Throll drove it in. So it was 2-0 at that point, and then people started thinking no-hitter. But till then, it was just your good old-fashioned pitcher's duel.
Right. 2-2. Sliced foul. And congratulations to that young man. That's a thrill.
Again, only the fourth ever in Division III. There's never been a no-hitter in either Division II or IV. It's not surprising in Division IV, as we've only had 7 years of play, but Division II's been around a long time.
Yeah.
And there's been, I believe, 10 or so in D1.
Warden works for a walk. 1-out walk here in the second.
A couple of guys who went on to play in the big leagues. Dick Bosman, we're going back a ways, but so is this tournament. And Howie Koplitz threw no-hitters in this tournament way back when, but they eventually made it all the way to the bigs.
Charlie Thole, the hitter, as Bill said, provided the second run. Enough pad for Parkview to win it.
Thole, 410 average is tied with Trevor Austin for the best on the club. He's also tied with 18 RBIs, a team high.
Oh, 0-1 to Charlie. Fouls it off 0-2. Parkview in the Rock Valley Conference. The city is Ordfortville. Town, I guess. Right field. It'll fall in front of Lausch. And Tholes aboard with Warden moving over to second.
Third hit of the afternoon. The base runner, Warden, got a pretty good read on that. Of course, the ball was coming at him. And even though Lausch tried to deke him, there was no way he was going to get to that little blooper. So Tholes aboard, Warden's at second, and here's old Elliot Olson.
Pops down a bunt. Little catches up and flips it to Kuiper to get the out. Runners move up to second and third, and they'll give the number 9 hitter Henning a shot to knock him in.
Olson had 2-run signal in the sectional final against Arcadia in a 4-1 game. There he gets the bunt down, gives himself up. So his teammates are in scoring position for the number 9 man on the lineup, Henning.
So here's Nick Henning. Back to the screen.
Nick's a .333 hitter with 10 RBIs into that 9-hole.
Laced, Brookshaw, backhand, throw in time. Kid's good.
He's a stabilizing influence out there, isn't he? That's a tough play, and he truly made it look easy.
Saved a run at least.
Goes to his backhand here. His ball's pretty well hit. And then shows his cannon. Wasn't even close.
Middle of 2, 1-0 Cards. Back here at Grand Chute, suburb of Appleton, if you will. Home of the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers, the Brewers affiliate. But home the last 3 days for the WIAA State Baseball Tournament. Brandon Kuiper goes after the first pitch, bounces out to Warden. Quickly, 1 up and 1 down.
Kuiper had 4 RBIs yesterday for Prescott in the win over Oshkosh Lourdes. You heard Coach Austin tell Sophia before the game if his son's going to have any success, Warden's going to have a big day. Warden fielded 9 ground ball outs. They got 11 chances in the sectional final last time Austin pitched. So he's got to keep the ball down, force those ground ball outs hit to the second baseman. Well, that was the first chance for Warden.
Here's Connor Lausch. Liner to Hulry. And he shows off his arm. 2 down. And now Mike Brookshaw. Told you that Mike was a big part of that 5-run first yesterday.
That's kind of a cameo appearance.
Yeah, it was odd. He got the 3-run bases loaded clearing double. And they pinch ran for him, and he was in the dugout knocking down some fluids. And next thing you know, he was out of the game in the DH spot. And he gets a base hit here. And I can tell you why, Bill. You see him running down the first baseline, he was gimpy.
Kaiser came up throwing in right field, too. I think he had thoughts of throwing him out. The ball was pretty well hit. And, yeah, you're right. Brookshaw is not going to be able to go.
I think that's the fact that he had to leg out a double. When you see how gimpy he is right there, that's probably why they decided to just keep him in the dugout.
Big hand for the Prescott fans.
So he's aboard with 2 down.
Mike Brookshaw is just fresh.
Yep. And back to the top of the order, and Logan Johnson, who grounded out to short in his first AB.
It's Eric Sandvik who's running for him.
And he is running. Throw down to second is not in time. Well, this is what Prescott does. And they all do it, too. They spread around the stolen bases.
8th of the year, 9 attempts for Sandvik.
First swiped bag of this game. One to Johnson. Chin music. Good look at those Prescott uniforms. Sophia will fill us in later. She'll have the backstory on how those came about.
You can hardly wait to talk about that, can you?
I'm not going to steal her thunder, though.
I know.
I'll follow up. I'll fill in some of the...
You're a team guy.
Yeah. But they're different. They're throwback.
Distinctive ice club.
Yeah. Johnson aboard with 2 down. 2 on with 2 down. And now Munson, the second baseman, who doubled and scored the only run back in the first inning.
Like a good leadoff man. Johnson's been on base all but 3 times in this tournament. He's only got 1 hit. Reached on errors twice yesterday. It's actually 1 for 5 officially. He's on again after that walk.
Munson takes a strike. Munson, 2-time all-conference selection. He hit .337 during the year. Bouncer to Hallray. Throw to second in time. Bang, bang out there. Both shortstops flashing the leather in this one. 2 complete. It's 1-0 Prescott. We're back here in Appleton at Time Warner Cable Field. 1-0 Prescott in this D3 title tilt. Bob Brainerd, Bill Brophy, Sophia Minert with you, and our When We Were Young production crew. Hallray on the first pitch, but this one will get knocked down, and Sandvig will make the catch in left. 1 up and 1 down.
Oh, he's turned around 2 fastballs from Little. Hit one to left for a single to open the game. The first pitch set to him, and turned that fastball around too, but Sandvik had him well played to get the first out in the 3rd inning.
Here's Brendan Neal, who takes a strike. Brendan bounced into a double play back in the first.
Brendan Neal's brother Ben was killed in Afghanistan serving our country on April 25th. LED explosion over there took young Ben's life, and there's a memorial service held in Fort Bragg on June 5th, the same day as the sectional final.
Tag applied. The throw from Hins pulled Kuiper off the bag, and there was a little cat and mouse there with Neal trying to get to the bag, but Kuiper applies the tag. 2 down.
Obviously, Brendan Neal was torn, wanted to be with his teammates to be sure, but after all, the memorial service for your fallen hero, your brother, you got to go to that. So Troy Austin, the coach, came for him and asked for his jersey. They hung it in the dugout. Coach told him, don't worry about playing. We're going to win this one for you, and take your time coming back.
Kuiper got a glove on it, but couldn't squish it. And Austin's aboard.
So with Neal's jersey hanging in the dugout, a lot of people's thoughts in Fort Bragg. They beat Arcadia, and they are here, and now they're playing for the title, and Austin follows up the Neal ground ball with a hit to right.
2-out single. Here's Pearson, the DH. Both pitchers working quickly, and hitters recognizing that when they see a strike, there's A lot of guys jumping on first, second balls. Anything in the zone, they're up there swinging. Little's only walked one so far. Two and one here to Riley Pearson. Bouncer, Brookshaw, easy pickings. Side retired. Parkview down in the third. Score remains 1-0 Prescott. Well, the Prescott uniforms, they may be onto something. Some of the young ladies, fans over the dugout, they kind of made the homemade version. I like that. Billy Brookshaw leads it off for the Cardinals. Brookshaw early in hints here in the third. And because both pitchers are throwing strikes, because the hitters are up there swinging, so far it has been crisply played, as my partner likes to say.
I believe I said that during the Division IV game.
No, you didn't. There wasn't a crisply played inning in that ball game. 20-11 was the final in D4. Coleman wins the championship over Johnson Creek.
First title ever for Coleman. Only took him 3 hours to accomplish it. 12 walks administered by the Johnson Creek pitchers, and each team had 7 errors.
Yeah, and we can kid about this, but I'm not kidding. Todd Clark of the WIAA, he was literally in the record book almost every inning, checking to see if something else was disposed of in the history books, in the annals of Division IV play.
It was one for the books.
It was one for the books. 2-2 to Brookshaw. Fouls it off. Billy was tabbed the District 1 Player of the Year. They divide the state up in districts. And he is now one of 6 players considered for the State Player of the Year. Fights it off again.
Got to think Nathan McCullis of Kenosha Bradford will be up for that honor. I think it's a senior-only award. McCullis was drafted in the 3rd round by the Yankees in the free agent draft a week ago.
Swing and a miss. Brookshaw fooled there on that pitch. And the first K in the book. Barasin.
I would think Ryan Radu, the pitcher from Fox Valley Lutheran, we saw last night, going to UConn. I would think he's got a chance to be up for that award. Kyle Cody of McDonald's Central. Saw the state tournament last year. He got drafted by the Phillies last week.
Anthony Butler, another shortstop.
Well, he's a junior.
Yeah, he's a junior.
I think it's a senior-only award.
Right.
So I don't think Butler or Clark Egan from Appleton North had a big year as another junior.
That ball right in front of a diving Kaiser. Had a bit of a trip to get there and thought he might, but could just out of his reach. You know, he does what he can to muffle it and hold early to a single here with one down. Get a pinch runner for the catcher. That'll be Alex Helmer, a sophomore. And Hintz will be the hitter. Checking signs with head coach Jeff Ryan in his 14th season as head coach at Prescott. UW Eau Claire grad.
They want to balk. They still want to balk. Umpires won't give it to them.
Both Prescott coaches were campaigning.
In fact, I'm thinking we see that again. I think they got a point.
Big cut by Hintz. Oh and 1 to Jake. Inside 1 and 1.
Let's take a look if he makes a move here. Is he on the rubber is the question.
Little maintenance.
I think he thought he balked. But he got away with it.
Jeff Ryan thought so. Well, we play on. 2-1 to Hintz. Upstairs, 3 and 1. And there's a strike. Count is full.
Fans starting to arrive for the Division II game, which will feature Portage against Ellsworth. That championship game slated to start at 3 o'clock.
Swing and a miss. Second K of the inning, second of the day for Assen. 2 down here in the third.
And Ellsworth fans getting a little earlier to support Prescott, another Middle Border Conference team. So a big day for the Middle Border Conference.
Big pitch right there as Hintz tried to reach out and grab that. And now Assen will face his counterpart on the hill, Mike Little. Little pop to Assen to end the first. Launches a strike. That one cut through. And again, Assen just not up there trying to overthrow and blow it by the Prescott hitters. He's kept the ball low. Only fly ball Bill was the one to himself. That pop-up on the infield that was hit by Little. Everything else on the ground. There goes the runner. There's the throw, and it bounces into the outfield. Elmer will stay put there at second. Looked like Lavery double clutched just enough. Want to make sure he had a good grip on that baseball before he threw it down to second, and that cost him some time. So a stolen base.
10th of the year for Helmer. He hasn't been caught.
And second of the game for Prescott. 2 and 2 with 2 down. Assen strikes out the side. That time he reared back and brought some heat. Prescott strands one, but they lead it by one on the scoreboard. 1-0 after 3.
I'd like to know what the explanation was on that.
Battle of the Peas, Prescott and Parkview. It's 1-0 Cards after 3. We check in once again with Sophia Minert.
For fans at home who think that it's a throwback night here at Fox City Stadium, it is not. These uniforms worn by Prescott have kind of a retro look, and that's because head coach Jeff Ryan is also Prescott's AP history teacher. Now, he was working on a project for the Historical Society and came across these photos of the 1920s Prescott baseball team, and he thought, hey, this is kind of a good look. I like this. So he went to the local sporting goods store and said, can you guys make this happen? And they said, absolutely. So this is the first year of these all white on white with the Prescott down the middle unis. He said, more importantly, the guys like the look. They're really into it, the retro look. Bob, I'd have to say my favorite part of the uniform is the maroon pockets on the back. Now, I'll let you guys weigh in on what you think of the retro Prescott unis.
Sophia, thanks. Lavery, the catcher, smokes a base hit to lead off the 4th. Yeah, Bill and I talked about these yesterday. The pocket flaps, aces.
You know, Bob's a big fan of the pocket flap.
Here's Jarrett Warden, I beg your pardon. I ran to Jeff Ryan in the concourse during the D4 championship game, and I said, more importantly, do the kids like him? And oh yeah, they think they're terrific. They all got the history lesson about the look back in the 1920s. Runner goes, and it's fouled off. And then to kind of complete the whole ensemble, they took their team photo, the 2012 version, took that, printed it up in black and white, and they have it side by side with the old 1920s black and white team photo. So throwbacks indeed. 0-2, strike 3 called. Little pumps in a strike to get his first strikeout of the afternoon. One down here in the 4th. Tick above the knees as Warden caught looking. Here's Thole, the third baseman, single back in the 2nd. That one fouled off.
Little's done a good job of getting ahead. His coach said at the top of the broadcast, not a hard thrower, but he throws strikes and he gets ahead. And, you know, we talk about radar guns and guys who throw high 80s and low 90s, in the case of Redu last night. It throws strikes. Lavery showed us that yesterday in the semifinals. Go in and out, up and down, move the ball around, keep hitters off balance. You can be just as successful as those guys that blow people away. And both Little and Austin showed us that this afternoon.
And Little knows he's got solid defense behind him. Brookshaw and Munson early, all-conference catcher. But he's going the strikeout route at the moment. Back-to-back Ks for Little. 2 down.
First of the afternoon. But he's only walked 1.
Back-to-back Ks caught looking too. 2 down, and now here's Olson, the left fielder, who takes ball 1.
They list Elliott at 5'5". They might be generous.
With the helmet on, right?
Small strike zone here. And thus he didn't throw strike 1 to little Elliott Olson.
He dropped on a sacrifice in the second. This one popped up. Kuiper. Kuiper says, I'm taller than you, Munson. Get out of the way. Makes the grab. And 3.5 in the books. 1-0 Prescott. Well, the uniforms maybe new, an old new look for Prescott this year. Something else that's new this year in all of high school baseball, Bill, are the bats.
These are BB Core bats. They've been de-juiced or no longer as powerful as they were. And you see it there on that drive by Kuiper. I think last year that ball might have been over his head, or at least right at him. But they've shrunk the sweet spot in the bats, and the trampoline effect that you saw coming off bats in the past in high school baseball has been diminished. Part of it was done for safety. Part of it was to put some stress on defense and pitching back in the game. The colleges adopted that a year ago, and the statistical data showed that home runs were down by almost in half, and run scoring also down. It's meant that there's more of an emphasis on small ball pitching and defense, executing the fundamentals, playing for a run instead of a big inning. And it means the ball doesn't carry as well. I mean, your margin of error, I guess, if you're a hitter, you got to hit the ball. Still, if you hit the ball in the sweet spot, it's going to go. Mm-hmm. But that sweet spot is smaller, and thus you don't see as many home runs. You think we have seen here in 3 days the best players in the state. You've seen a lot of doubles and triples, but not a lot of long balls. See
a lot of that. A lot of choppers that you hit it down in front of the plate, and with the hard dirt pounded there. A lot of balls that bounce high, and as you said, Bill, it puts pressure on the defense in the infield. They got to be ready. They got to be on their toes. Thole was there to make the play. Retires Lausch, 2 down.
And you're here more than I am, but I got to think that's also a byproduct of the fact it's dry. We all need rain in Wisconsin this spring. And the ground crew's done a wonderful job, but this field has had a lot of work. Timber Rattlers played here Monday. There were 6 games Tuesday, 6 games Wednesday. This is the second game today, and the ground crew just has a lot of time to work on that field. And again, it's dry, so I got to think no matter how much water they put in front of the plate, the way the ball is bounded, it's got to be pretty hard.
Yeah. This is Eric Sandvig hitting in Mike Brookshaw's spot. Again, you saw him, try to gut it out. He singled and then gimped his way down to first. And running on one wheel, I think they just decided that we're going to take any chances here, so they'll let Sandvig hit in his number 9 spot, in the DH spot. It's a 2 days in a row that Mike Brookshaw, as you said, Bill, makes a cameo, gets a base hit both times, and then has a seat to watch this one.
Kind of a Kirk Gibson moment as he
Yeah.
limped off to the applause. Wasn't a long ball, but 2 big hits.
Another high chopper, and the gun by Howry sets down Prescott 1-2-3 fashion in their half of the 4th. To the 5th we go. It's 1-0 Cards over the Vikings.
The head coaches from Portage and Ellsworth, please report to the press box. Head coaches from Portage and Ellsworth to the press box with your lineups.
Welcome back to PBS and Ken Burns baseball. Nice arty shot there, Bill. Huh?
Yeah, I like that.
Kind of goes along with the 1920s Prescott unis with the cool pocket flaps.
No, I like them. I think I called them distinctive, and you took that to mean I disliked them.
Foul territory. Brookshaw covers a lot of ground and retires Henning in foul territory.
I give Coach Ryan credit for a nice play here. The shortstop again goes a long way to make the play. He's just a good player. He takes charge of the infield. You know, that's a tougher play than it looks. We've seen both the first and third baseman have trouble going into foul territory this week and making that play. And the shortstop takes charge. It's just a lot easier play. He's got a better angle at the ball, and Brookshaw made that one look effortless.
Here's his counterpart at short, Alex Howry. Howry's had a terrific game in the field as well at short. Got 2 good ones defensively in this D3 title game. Chopper to third, Hintz is there. 2 down. And it'll bring up Neal, the center fielder. Double play ball in the first. Ground out to third in the third.
No, I think it's pretty cool of Jeff Ryan as an educator to tie his teaching into the uniforms. And
you bet.
I mean, how many kids today, not just certainly in Prescott, but kids in general, understand about the history of the game? I mean, people like names like Paul Molitor or who's he? A lot of kids the ages of the guys in the field.
There's a base hit for Neal going the other way with it. 2-out single here in the 5th.
There are not a lot of students of the game, I guess what I'm saying. It's glad that they've embraced the old unis and learning something about the way the game was played.
Yep, I'm glad Sophia shared that little backstory with us. Kind of neat, and they're trying to make this look. That one nearly gets away. They want it to be more than just a fashion statement. They want it to mean something in the first year by bringing home the state title. They have a shot here, but clinging to a 1-0 lead in the 5th, and the dangerous Trevor Ossen at the plate. Pushes it down the right field line, and it goes off into the berm, which also needs water. There's Jeff Ryan. I think he's talked more or as much about the uniforms this year in Appleton as he has about his team.
Well, you got a nice team, though.
Yep. Sliced in the left, it'll fall. Runner was on the move, Neal, and Austin reached out and poked it and found some green.
Austin's 3 for 3. He's found green in every outfield position. Single to center in the first, to right in the third, and whoops this one into left. Just reaches down and gets it. Didn't hit it hard, but there's 2 on with 2 out. Going to be a courtesy runner for the pitcher.
Here's a good name, Storm Ledoux. Will do the running at first base.
That is a great name.
And Parkview, they only have, we told you that they're junior late and they only have 1 senior. They only have 3 extra guys in the dugout to work with. So what you see in the starting lineup, that's about it, folks. Riley Pearson here, opportunity with 2 on and 2 down. The DH is 0 for 2 today. Tapper foul. You saw that pitch that Austin went down and got. It was a good pitch by Little. I mean, ball did what he wanted to do, and Austin just reached down with the runner going and made a deposit in the left field. Little tapper that gets a piece of Pearson. 0-2. And home plate umpire will check on the DH and give him a moment.
Second time in the game, Parkview's had 2 hits in an inning. A double play in the first erased the first scoring chance. And Pearson still feels the bark of chins. He's okay. He just needs some time to let the pains subside.
Anyone who's had that happen, you know, and the least you can do is get a little time to walk it off. Down 0-2 here. Early sets up on the outside, and Pearson fights it off. Parkview has out-hit Prescott 7-4.
Now Little hasn't had a clean inning.
Inside, 1-2. The runners, Austin and Neal, or I beg your pardon, Storm Ledoux, who's running for Austin, and Neal at second. They're getting some good jumps, so anything into the outfield, they'll have a head start. 2-2 here.
And Little's going to want to make it happen on this pitch, because if it goes 3-2, those guys will be off and running, and then one at the gap would put Parkview ahead.
Cognizant of that, keeping an eye on Neal at second. That one almost nipped him, and now it's full, and now the runners will be off with the pitch. Two on with 2 down. The DH, Riley Pearson, sitting 3-2. Little deals, there they go, and it hit him. Now Pearson fouling off of himself. Couple pitches came inside and almost nipped him, and on the 3-2 pitch, it did get him, and it loads the bases.
And here comes the historian to the mound. And Jeff Ryan's not going to talk about the past. He's going to talk about the present. As Lavery, the pitching hero yesterday, hits here with the bases loaded and 2 out.
And you pointed out, Bill, that the scorecard shows it hasn't been a clean inning anywhere for Little.
Well, you can see that was just a motivational speech.
Yep.
Between Ryan, the coach, and Little, the pitcher.
He's thrown strikes, but kind of lost it there on the tail end of the at-bat against Pearson.
He had Pearson 0-2.
That one dulled. Brookshaw on the run. Does it again.
Again, Brookshaw's offensive numbers what get some headlines and plays like that. It has Prescott 6 outs away from winning a state title. This is a big play with the bases loaded. He makes it look easy again. Charges, throwing on the run, a strike, and he beats him by 2 steps.
Keeps this D3 championship 1-0 Cards.
Leading off the inning for the Cardinals, the center fielder, number 16, Logan Johnson.
Well, we got a heck of a ball game going here in this D3 championship. Bottom 5, Prescott clinging to a first inning run. And we've seen good defensive plays out of both Parkview and Prescott. Logan Johnson, the leadoff man, leads off the 5th with a solid single. And both pitchers, Bill, they've leaned on their defense. They've thrown strikes.
And Little's been good when he needed to be, as Parkview has now stranded 8 runners through 5 innings.
Something's going to give here in the later stages of this one. Derek Munson will be the hitter now.
You got to think Prescott will bunt Johnson over. Munson with a successful sacrifice yesterday when he scored 3 runs against Oshkosh Woods. He doubled and scored the lone run of this game. He's got 4 runs scored in the tournament.
Derek making sure with his head coach that everyone's on the same page. Thole in at the corner at third. Assen pounces on it, goes to first. They get the out there. Sacrifice complete. Moves Johnson down to second. And here is Billy Brookshaw. Brookshaw with a walk in the first inning, a strikeout in the third. Takes a strike.
Brookshaw 3 for 5 yesterday, is 0 for 1 with a walk today.
Rips it, but way foul.
Brookshaw drove in 3 and scored twice yesterday as well.
Fights it off foul.
Scores 3 for 6 in the tournament. Keeps him as a 500 hitter.
Not only is a good player, Bill, kid's got $1 million smile. It looks like he could do like razor blade commercials. Tried to time that pitch and just got a piece of it. So we'll do it again at 0-2. Upstairs 1-2. Johnson led off the inning with a single. He's at second after being sacrificed over. Getting late, so important runs on the base paths for anybody at this juncture. Asen looked the runner back, went to first, and retires Brookshaw. 2 down.
He did a nice job there. I thought he was going to throw the ball to second.
Thought about it, didn't he?
Looked like if Horry were there, I think he might have. Takes a look, and they might have had a shot at the runner, but instead he takes the sure out at first and throws a dart over there. So 2 outs with Logan Johnson at second, and Hurley, who's 1 for 2 at the plate.
Watches a strike. I think you saw Horry back there too at short, kind of directing traffic, telling his pitcher where to go with it, making sure to get the out and concentrate on the next hitter. Early bouncer, just foul. Not by much.
Brian Early's 2 for 7 in this tournament. Talked about Ellsworth and Prescott both being in the same conference. You know, Ellsworth is the bigger school. Prescott beat him twice during the conference season by 7-4 scores both times.
Early waits for the 0-2. Doesn't chase. 1-2. Little nubber off the end of the bat. And Asen covers. Takes the flip from Henning. Side retired, and 5 innings in the books in this D3 title game. 1-0. Cards over the Vikes. Top of 6 and a nail biter. 1-0 Prescott over Parkview at the moment. Once again, we check in with Sophia Minert.
Throughout the course of a season, a team will often find a rallying point, but unfortunately for Parkview, they were dealt a tragic one in April. Ben Neal, the brother of junior center fielder Brandon Neal, was just 21 years old and was killed in Army duty in Afghanistan at the end of April. And obviously it was a tremendous blow to not only the Neal family and Brendan, but also to the entire Parkview community because, you know, as Coach pointed out to me, you know, these guys grew up around Ben just as much as Brandon did, you know, in the wrestling room and around the school and around the community. Definitely a very well-liked kid. So they struggled for a while there, he said, dropping some conference games as everybody was trying to process. And then came sectional time, and the Neal family was flown out to South Carolina for a ceremony for Ben's Army unit. So Brandon was not able to participate in sectionals, couldn't get him back in time to do both. So Coach requested that he hang his jersey in the dugout as a reminder of what they were playing for, that this was, you know, bigger than baseball. So they finished it off. He said, for sectionals, we were playing for Brendan to know that he was there with us. And now we just want to finish this off. He said it would definitely mean a great deal to the Neal family and to the Parkview community, provide a little bit more positive rallying point here today.
Thank you, Soph. Well, maybe a little help from above on this ball.
It certainly is help from above from the wind. I'll give you that. This ball continues to go. Sandvik goes in the corner, back. I think he thought he had it measured and couldn't hold the ball. I think that was a wind-blown drive, to be sure. You can see he's drifting, Looks like he has it measured. As he hits the track, just falls out of his glove.
Yeah. And then a bouncer up the middle that Brookshaw snags and makes the play on. My goodness. Retires Stoll. Warden goes to third. But Brookshaw again showing off the D.
Nice play as he goes far to his left. Ball hits the mound and gets slowed up a bit, but still this is a nice play. And he gets his footwork down and throws a strike. So that's one out. Warden, who had the leadoff double, and it was called a double, and rightly so in my opinion, is now at third. The infield comes in to try to cut the tying run off of the plate.
And here is Elliot Olson.
Gonna say,
almost had him picked off.
I think he was coming home. I think the squeeze was on.
Yep.
I was gonna say, with the Olson up there the way he handles the bat, gotta be heads up for the squeeze. And I think Little sensed that and had him picked off, and Hins went at the bag.
Olson takes a strike. There's the tying run. Olson swings and got a piece.
Little going right after him now, ahead on the count 0-2. That pretty much negates a squeeze possibility unless Parkview wants to be real daring. Elliott's 0 for 4 in the tournament.
Early setup outside, hoping that Olson would fish. He does not. 1-2.
Olson, a .281 hitter in the year.
Just barely got a piece of that baseball. Hangs in there, stays alive.
Nick Henning on deck is 0 for 2 today and 0 for 5 in the tournament.
High chop over Brookshaw. Can't get that one. And Elliot Olson comes through to tie the game.
Little Elliot Olson, who had a 2 RBI single in the sectional final, ties it up. And again, another big hopper. It's in front of the plate and then bounds over the drawn-in infield. Brookshaw doesn't have a chance at that one. Wasn't hit hard, but it was hit in the right spot. It ties the game in the 6th inning.
Here's Henning, 0 for 2 today. Now Little trying to regroup and keep this game tied. Hintz weighing on the grass at third, and that's why. Throw down to second, and ball pops away. Olson has a stolen base. Well, little Elliot Olson is coming up big time here at the state tournament championship.
10th steal of the year for Olson. He's the lead run in the 6th inning at second base with 1 out.
Lace to center. It's down. Olson. Stop sign goes up. Runners at the corners with 1 down. Troy Ossen started the windmill. Wanted to send Olson, and the throw came in, and he held him up.
Here comes Coach Ryan to the mound. But give Johnson credit for charging hard and hitting the cutoff man. Good decision by Ossen. Olson's not going to score, I don't think. He made a nice throw to the cutoff man, and Kuiper was in a position to gun down the runner at home if he kept coming. So 3 hits in the inning. You're going to see Olson held up right there.
Yep.
And now it's the top of the order. Coming up with runners on the corners.
The only 2 losses of the year for Prescott. A 3-1 decision against Green Bay Preble early in the year. Late in the year. In fact, right before the postseason, they fell 5-3 to Altoona. They have dominated most of their schedule, scoring in double figures in 13 games. But they're in a nail-biter here, a 1-1 contest for the D3 title with Parkview. Alex Horry, the leadoff man, a single in 3 trips today.
Gone after the first pitch twice. Didn't hear, though.
Takes a strike.
He's 2 for 7 in the tournament, is Alex Horry.
They got the runner at first picked off. Do they come home? They go to third. Not in time.
I think that was a planned play. I think Henning wanted to get picked off, and when the throw went over there, they hoped to get Olson to break for home. You see the throw go over there, and now Kuiper's got to decide where to throw the ball, tries to throw behind the runner, and everybody's safe. So now the infield comes in.
Brookshaw coming home. Not in time!
The ball's still free.
And Horry will trot down to second. Olson got his foot on the plate before the tag could be applied. The ball popped loose anyway.
I think he gets there at the same time. Maybe you're right.
I
Maybe
think he just
bang
bang.
the ball loose. Brookshaw makes a strong throw home. Tries to make the sweep tag. You're right. You're right. With the sweep tag, he knocked the ball out. And I don't think that Henning was aware that the ball came free because he never left third. Here it is again. Oh, you're right. He avoided it. Nice job by the base runner.
So how about Elliot Olson, who singles in the tying run, steals second, and then avoids the tag there on the throw home to score the go-ahead run. And now here is Brendan Neal.
The infield's still in.
Up the middle, base hit. Another run in. It's 3-1 Parkview. And you heard about that young man's backstory. That's got to feel awfully good.
And I think that's going to be all for Little, who gets hit hard here in the 6th inning. That's the 4th hit of the inning, a well-struck ball to center. But you're right. No matter who you're pulling for, you got to be pulling for Brendan Neal and his family. A special moment for Neal as he puts his club up by 2 runs in the state title game in the 6th inning. That's going to be all for Little. We'll have some defensive changes. As a 3-run rally here in the 6th gives Parkview the lead for the first time.
See the American flags sewn on over the hearts of this Parkview ball club. And we talked about this during their semifinal while the no-hitter was going on. First trip to state, they didn't look like it. They don't play like this is something brand new to them. They came here with no jitters, no butterflies. They look like they belong.
And the new pitcher for Prescott is Billy Brookshaw.
Yeah, Brookshaw has pitched through 13 innings this year.
And a lot of run. Hasn't got a decision either. Got 5 saves though. About 8 hits. walked 3 and struck out 10. So they definitely weakened themselves defensively by putting Brookshaw on the mound, and they don't have him at short. I think Little went to the outfield.
There you see Trevor Assen with the American flag, and a nice moment while Brookshaw was warming up. Assen called over Neal from first base while time was out, and they embraced in the on-deck circle.
Again, you talked about it, how these kids have been together since they were 9 years old. They've all 10 of the juniors have played together, coached by Troy Assen. So it's a tight bunch.
Look at this. So Parkview 3 runs in and still threatening here in the 6th. Runners at the corners for Assen. He's been perfect at the plate. 3 for 3 with 3 singles. And Assen asked for time.
You got to think Neal might try to steal the base here. And you might just as well think Prescott might give it to him. Well, they weren't going to give it to him. They pitched out.
Yep.
But they thought a play was on, and you have to assume it will be before this at-bat's over.
Runner stays put. Assen takes a strike, 1-1.
I think Assen was going to make the relief pitcher throw a strike. Squeeze.
Trouble. Tag applied. And Assen slams the bat down in frustration. He wanted to at least make contact to avoid that from happening. So Horry tagged out trying to score from third. Second out here. Neal went down to second while all that was going on. The 1-1. High chopper. New shortstop. And I think even Brookshaw, not much you could do with that.
Well, I think the one play he had was at third base. That's Derek Munson, who's the shortstop. Munson was so hung up on throwing the ball at first, he didn't notice that Neal had taken the wide turn at third. If he had thrown behind the runner, I think they could have picked him off. But he was so discouraged that he didn't have a play on this high hopper that he holds the ball. Kind of gives up on it right here. If he throws the ball to third, he's got the guy coming around third. But, I mean, you can't fault Munson. This is going to be an intentional walk to Riley Pearson to load the bases.
And they'll face Lavery, the catcher, 9th man to bat here in the 6th inning.
In high school ball, you don't have to throw the 4 balls on the intentional walk. You can just inform the umpire who points. Like that rule?
Yeah, I'm incredulous.
Well, you are.
Well, yeah.
So you're an old school guy in uniforms, but not on rule changes.
Yesterday's hero with the no-hitter. And Early can't track it down. Need a little GPS help there.
Well, it gives him another chance to swing the bat with the bases loaded. That's a no play. It won't go down as an error, but it could be a big play in the ballgame.
The infield, they're waving Lausch to come in a few steps in right field. And he is playing shallow. 0-1. 1-1. Lavery's 1 for 3 today. Singled back in the 4th. Up the elevator shaft. See if Early can get this one. Yep, taken by Brookshaw. Calls off the catcher, side retired, but 9 men come to the plate for the Vikings, and they pounce and put a 3 spot on the board here in the 6th. Well, now, things have changed here in the Division III championship. Parkview on top, 3-1. Prescott playing from behind for the first time today. Hintz, Little, and Kuiper scheduled here against Trevor Ossen, who gave up that first inning run, but that's been it. He's walked, given up 5 base hits, struck out 2.
It induced 9 ground ball outs.
2-1 to Jake Hintz. Right back to the pitcher. Easy out.
In fact, Austin's been involved in the last 4 plays. The sacrifice bunt had come back into the mound. He covered it first in that play.
And now Mike Little, starting pitcher in this one, who was knocked out in that 3-run frame. Takes a strike. Little popped to the pitcher, struck out in the 3rd. Smashed. Thole just stuck the glove up, hoping it might bounce in there by accident. It was hit that hard.
Austin came from the side. It hardly intimidated Little. He smoked his ball. And yeah, that one. That was hit hard, as Thole will tell you. So Prescott gets a man on and gets the tying run to the plate.
Brings up Brandon Kuiper. First baseman 0 for 2 today. Watches a strike.
Austin has only walked 2 and no one since the 2nd inning.
Up and over the net, 0-2. Kuiper's a second-team all-conference selection. When you look at the middle border all-conference roster, it's littered with players from Prescott and Ellsworth, and rightfully so. They're both here playing for a state championship. Trevor takes a little personal time off the hill. Back on, fires the 0-2. Kuiper to left center. Ball carries and drops in for a base hit. Little, the third, now being waved home as the ball is bobbled in the outfield. And Prescott back within one.
Kuiper had a big day yesterday with 4 RBIs. This ball just found the gap, and then I think Neal and Olson didn't communicate well, and because of it, Little was able to score from first, and Kuiper ends up with a double. Well, there's a slip, and there's another bit of a boo-boo, and that allows Little to score easily. And that's the tying run at second base with 1 out here in the 6th.
Clay Seifert is the hitter. Pinch hitting here for Lausch.
Clay hasn't had a hit. He's 0 for 3 in the year. He's a 9th grader, 6'3", 170 pounds. Welcome to varsity.
Yeah, what a spot. Jeff Ryan, perhaps rolling the dice, looking for a little freshman magic here. 3-0. And Asen asking the home plate umpire about the strike zone there. Gets it there. 2-2 is the count.
And it makes you wonder, the on-deck hitter is Sandvik currently. Can Mike Brookshaw swing the bat? We know he can't run very well.
Yeah.
He's 2 for 2 and has hit the ball well twice. He can re-enter and pinch hit. But is he healthy enough to do so?
The freshman stays alive here. Swing and a miss. Ball skips away. They get the out at first, but Kuiper gets to advance over to third. That could be big. We shall see. Now.
Well, this looks like that's Logan Johnson in the on-deck circle and Sandvik at the plate, so it looks like Sandvik will hit.
Or wait a second. Yep, right on cue. Here's your Kirk Gibson moment.
Well, it really is. It's some question, is he healthy enough to hit? It's got to be a leg problem. We saw Brookshaw, as Bob told you earlier, have a bases-loaded double in the first inning yesterday and he left the game. He singled to right in the second and left the game. Now he can re-enter under the rules, and he will. This is Billy Brookshaw's brother, Mike, a 9th grader, who's 2 for 2 in the tournament. And they're going to walk him. Good move. That's a good coaching move. They're just going to put him on right here, knowing they're going to take the bat out of his hands, literally. And they also know that he can't run, so you're burning a player.
So Mike comes out of the dugout, gets a free pass, and he's going to get a courtesy runner here. So,
yeah. Well, I don't think the coach is real happy. Jeff Ryan letting him know he wasn't crazy about what Troy Austin just did, but this is the title game, and they're managing like it is.
The coaches had a good laugh there about it. Jeff Ryan kind of said, hey, we're going back and forth. The wheels are turning here. All good baseball stuff. All right, so runners at the corners now, the tying and go-ahead runs. And here's Logan Johnson. Johnson, so far, a ground out, a walk, and a single in 3 trips. One and one.
Johnson yesterday was 1 for 3. He's a .408 hitter on the year with 12 RBIs. A double and 3 triples in his senior year.
First team all conference. Finds ways to get on base. He's got to find a way here, down 1 and 2.
Digest that move, though. Instead of facing a 9th grader, Mike Brookshaw, they elect to pitch to an all-conference senior outfielder, Logan Johnson, with the tying run at third, and they put the winning run on.
Does it backfire, or do they look like geniuses here?
They called a balk.
They called a balk, and that will score the tying run. Wow. Well, remember earlier when the Prescott coaching staff and dugout, they wanted a balk called. They didn't get it. They got it here in a critical stage of the ball game. We're tied at 3.
Good call, Bob. They planted the seed, and it might have paid off right here. Well, he's got to throw over there the first time when he wheels. As much as we joke all the time about that third to first play that they're going to apparently ban from Big League Baseball, there he didn't fake the throw to third. He faked the throw to first, and it was a block. Good call. He's got to throw on that first pivot. He bounced up and down and threw on the second one, but it's a balk, and the game is tied.
And now Austin has to reset and compose himself, and he does to punch out Johnson. But we're back to even. 2 runs by Prescott. To the 7th we go, tied at 3. Tied at 3 in the 7th. What a ball game. What a 6th inning. Fouled back, up and over by Jarrett Warden.
You are right. What an inning. Parkview gets 3. Take its first lead of the day. Prescott roars back. Don't want to call it a controversial call, but it's aggressive base running will do. Force errors and a block by Austin.
There's a bouncer to Munson, the shortstop, and they retire Warden. 1 down. So just about everything, too, in the top and bottom half of the 6th inning. Saw a suicide squeeze attempt, a balk that balked in a run. Some clutch hitting. Here's Thole, now the third baseman, 1 for 3 with a single back in the 2nd. Lace to right, coming in, and catching is Little, the second baseman. No, I beg your pardon. That's Clay Seifert over there. Had all those changes and getting caught up here. Seifert makes the catch, 2 down. And now, here's
Elliot Olson.
a little Elliot Olson. Swings and misses.
PA guy tried to mess us both up. But we weren't bored yesterday. We know Elliot Olson when we see him.
And so do the folks on the Parkview side of the field. Brookshaw going right after Olson. He wants to get this inning over quickly, get the bats back up there.
He's come out and challenged guys here in the 7th when his team got back to even.
Squibber, it's foul, then goes back fair, and they take care of Olson.
My goodness, what a lot of English on that ball. But good for Early for staying with it. Olson died on the ball and didn't run out of the box. Early took advantage of a lot of top spin. Watch this one, where it starts and now where it ends. That's a fair ball where it ends up. And a good play by the catcher to get the 3rd out. Prescott coming to bat in the 7th with a chance to win the state title.
Tied at 3, bottom of 7 on tap. Bottom of 7. Prescott back up at the dish. That's exactly what they wanted. They want to keep the momentum going, and Munson goes after the first pitch, but Kaiser is there and right to make the catch. 1 up and 1 down.
And good job by Austin to get the big first out, because that was a momentum queller. You know that Munson had thoughts of going up there and getting on for the big guy, Brookshaw, the 500 hitter. Instead, Austin retires Munson on 1 pitch.
1 up, 1 down. Here is Brookshaw. He goes after the first pitch. That's a fair ball. And that's why the first hitter was so big, because Brookshaw can do this. He's the winning run at second.
He's their big game guy. Billy Brookshaw with an extra base hit. He's the winning run at second base. He's the state championship run at second base.
Look at him wait on that pitch and just snuck it down the line.
And watch him run out of the box. Guy's got good wheels. He was thinking 3 bases. He settles for 2. Conference at the mound. This is just, you want to walk early to set up the force. Or how do you want to go after early?
Yeah. If you walk early, you got Jacob Hintz, who's a 4-year starter who hit over 400. So this is pick your poison time. It's the gut of the order for Prescott.
And remember, Brookshaw at second not only is a great defender and a great hitter, he's also their stolen base leader with 33, including 3 yesterday. He hasn't been caught, although you don't know if he's going to steal 3rd here. That doesn't do you a lot of good. I guess it gets you within 90 feet and a pass ball or wild pitch from winning it. But anyway, you got to be cognizant of the fact he can really run.
Early to left. Olson makes the catch. 2 down. Well, Prescott They've jumped on that first pitch.
Just had 3 pitches in this inning.
3 for 3. But they've only got 1 hit out of those 3 tries. Now it's up to Hintz, the third baseman. He's 1 for 3 with a single.
And they'll go after Hintz. Takes a .403 hitter.
Huge cut there. The outfield is shifted to the left for Hintz. Look where Neal's playing, the center fielder. Trying to cut anything off in the gap. There's a huge gap in right center if Hintz wants to go there. And if he does go there, ball game. 0-2.
Behind the
1-1.
Well, I got to say, I thought the scoreboard called different than the umpire. Hintz 1 for 3 today and 2 for 6 in the tournament.
Can't catch up with that pitch. 1-2 now.
Prescott fans standing. Out of the Parkview fans standing too. So we play the bottom of the 7th in a tie game for the state title.
Little roll to second. Scooped over there by Henning. Woo. Bonus baseball in the D3 championship. This one still up for grabs, tied at 3.
Jake, relax. Make the plays now. Go from this over.
Back here in Appleton, still trying to decide the D3 champion in 2012. Terrific game here between Parkview and Prescott, going toe-to-toe and now taking their battle of extra innings. Henning leads it off, then top of the order, Horry and Neal. With Billy Brookshaw on the hill, and bullpen action for Parkview down the line. To left, and caught out there by Sandvig. Jarrett Warden is warming up for the Vikings down the right field line. And
Brookshaw's retired 5 in a row now for Prescott.
Tosses a strike to Horry. Yeah, Bill gave you the numbers on Brookshaw on the hill this year, but they didn't need him a whole lot with all the lopsided victories they had. When he did pitch, however, he was stingy. Bouncer to short. Munson sidearms it. 2 away. And Neal once again.
Brendan now 2 for 4 today. 3 for 8, and they're 3 for 7 in the tournament. It was his hit that gave Parkview a 3-1 lead in the 6th inning and capped a 3-run rally.
Turned out to be necessary with Prescott bouncing back to get a pair in their half of the 6th. That one pushes foul.
And again, Brookshaw looks like he just says, I'm going to come right at you. Here's my fastball. Hit it.
That one low, 1-2. Inside, 2-2. Bouncer to second. 1-2-3 inning for Billy Brookshaw and Prescott. Back to the dugout quickly once again. They'll try to scratch out a run and cap off this win in extra frames.
Wade tells me it's okay, I can sit as long as I stand in the well. But
Todd, Wade said you could stay down there.
what?
Wade said you could stay down there, but you can't keep coming up here. Any questions about that? You could be either here or you could be down in there, but not up in here. Understand? All right. Thank you. And then we'll bring you over there for the Ellsworth. If I go over there, well, Ellsworth will be there. Got a guy over there.
I didn't want to stand here because I didn't want to get confused.
I figured stand over here might be better.
All right.
Well, the tug of war continues here in this Division III state championship battle. Prescott takes a turn in their half of the eighth. Mike Little leads it off.
Troy Austin out for his 8th inning. You might say, wow, whatever happened to that 7-inning rule? Well, the WIAA eligibility rule reads, it can be 7 innings over 3 days unless the game goes extra innings. The starters in the game, he goes as much as 10. We discovered the other night, Stevens Point Sun Prairie Division I semifinal, that Logan Malik pitched 5 innings in the morning, the quarterfinals. He re-entered, or he came in the semifinal game in the 6th inning, pitched the 6th. He was in the game in the 7th, thus he qualified to pitch into extra innings as well.
Little with a base hit, drops in front of Neal. I think Brendan Neal had thoughts of trying to make the diving snag and then thought better of it, keeping the ball in front of him, keeping Little held at first base.
Yeah, because if you don't make the catch, that can roll a long way, and that might be the end of the game. Here's the dilemma for Neal. Yeah, you're right. He held up and probably was the right play and certainly his safety first play. Winning run there at first, you got to assume the hitter is bunting here. Kuiper's got 4 RBIs the other day. He's 1 for 3 with a double today.
He'll talk it over with Jeff Ryan. Quick strategy session.
He had the big hit in the 2-run 6th, then scored a run. And he's had a big tournament.
So Kuiper steps in.
Officially 1 for 2 the other day with 4 RBIs.
There goes the runner. Throw. Bounces away. Might have hit Little.
I think it hit him on the bottom of the shoe, don't you? The ball didn't go far. So.
Yeah. Took a crazy ricochet, but move up a base. And now in position at second base.
And Lytle's 17 of 18 in stolen base opportunities. So going back to what you said a long time ago, these guys like to run. So now you ask Kuiper to hit a ground ball to the right side, and you got the winning run 90 feet away. Or you could bunt.
Or do that. And the outfield, you got a lefty hitter up there. The outfield is shifted around like a pole hitter who's a right-hander. Look at Neal all the way over. If Kuiper can hit the gap right there in right center, it's a big one, or down the right field line, it's a state championship. Instead, he's going to bunt, and it's a beauty. They retire Kuiper. Little over at third base. That's your game winner. That's your championship right there.
Nice play by Austin here, though. He threw a BB to first base. That's a tough play. And he gets an important out. Well, here's Seifert, the 9th grader, with a chance to be a hero again. And Parkview is going to have a discussion. Troy Austin's going to go to the mound to discuss, I think, defense as much as how to pitch Seifert. I think you got to be alive to the squeeze. You certainly got to bring the infield in. I think you got to make the outfielders aware that they got to play shallow and be confident that they can throw out a runner at the plate on a fly ball. But I think on the other option is you load the bases and then take your chances with Logan Johnson. With the force on anywhere, I don't think they'll do that. I think it's pretty much just be alive to the squeeze. They are making some defensive change. Another shortstop's going out. Horry to go out there to tell the outfielders, get a spot where you can throw the guy out at home. Relaying the message from Coach Austin. But no funky 5-man infields or anything here.
No, sir. Going to play it straight up. Seifert 0 for 1 at the plate. He struck out in the 6th. Rips it. That's the ball game, and the D3 state championship is in the cards for Prescott.
9th grader Clay Seifert, in only his 5th game, wins the state title with a single over the head of the drawn-in outfield. How about that? Clay Seifert of Prescott. They won the D2 title in '94 with the runners-up in '99, and Prescott is your champion here in 2012 with an exciting 4-3 extra inning win.
What a ball game. These two teams, I'll tell you what, they put on a show. We saw brilliant defense, terrific pitching, clutch hitting, strategy sessions, great coaching, and it ends in the 8th inning with a dog pile, and the Cardinals win their 2nd state championship. They won it back in 1994. They dressed like they were playing in 1922, but they win it all in 2012. Final score 4-3 in 8 innings. Prescott over Parkview.
Principal at Luck and Board of Control President, assisted by Dave Anderson, the WIAA Executive Director. Will the members of the Division III runner-up team Parkview Vikings please proceed to home plate to receive your individual team medal as your name is called. Storm Lagoon, Nolan Strott, Derek Peterson, Alex Howley, Brendan Neal, Trevor Austin, Riley Pearson. Jameson Lavender. Jarrett Warden. Charlie Cole. Elliot Olson. Nick Henning. Larry Kaiser. Will coach Troy Austin of the Division III runner-up team Parkview please proceed to home plate to receive the runner-up trophy. Will the members of the Division III championship team Prescott Cardinals please proceed to home plate to receive the individual winners of the league as well. Brady Schumer, Matt Holman, Jeremy Navarro, Matt Tronis, Clay Cypher, Austin Tulip, Justin Leonard, Alex Helmer, Logan Johnson, Derek Munson, Billy Brookshaw, Brian Early, Jake Hibbs, Mike Little, Brandon Piper, Connor Luch, Mike Brookshaw, Eric Sampson, will coach Jeff Ryan of the Division III championship team Prescott please proceed to home plate to receive the championship trophy. Congratulations to all teams. Thank you one and all for sharing in this ceremony. Just a reminder to parents, family, and fans that additional pictures can be taken after the ceremony at the top of the hill with the teams.
Back here in Appleton, take a deep breath. This was a tremendous baseball game played, and it needed an extra frame to decide things with Parkview falling a run short. Prescott wins it with a run in the bottom of the 8th and wins it 4-3. Sophia Minert standing by with a couple of happy Cardinals, a couple of the heroes of this Prescott State Championship.
All right, standing by with Prescott, the Division III state champions. Clay, I'll start with you. Man of the hour. You come up in your second plate appearance, you struck out in the 6th, but you get your chance in the 8th. Take me through that swing.
It was just a dream come true. I've dreamed about it for years. Just back in the yard playing wiffle ball with Bill and his little brother Mike Brookshaw. Just dreamed about it for years, and it happened. Dream come true.
As a freshman, your first time here, any nerves, any jitters?
The first at bat when I struck out, it was really nervous, but I redeemed myself with a hit. So.
Well, congratulations. What a way to enter here to the state tournament. Billy, I'll come over to you. You made a huge play in the 5th inning, getting your guys out of a bases-loaded jam, and then you get out on the mound and you put out 6 guys. Take us through the game, how you guys were able to pull that out.
Basically, we just tried to play our defense like we've done all season, and that's really been the key to our success this year is our defense.
On the mound, how did you feel knowing that things were so tight and you were going to have to pull this one out?
I just tried to stay relaxed, and I mean, I know I still got a good defense behind me, and that helps a lot knowing as a pitcher.
How was that dog pile, watching the freshmen win this one for you guys?
Best feeling in my life.
All right, congratulations, Billy. Congratulations to Prescott, Division III state champs.
Sophia, thanks. Congratulations to those 2 young men and the Prescott Cardinals. They finished the season, had only 2 losses on the year. The coaches poll, state coaches poll, said they were #1. They played like it. They got quite the scare from a very game, and first time they were here, but they didn't play like it, this Parkview Vikings team. But in the end, some clutch hitting, some terrific pitching by Brookshaw on the hill to put the fire out when they needed it most. And they need an extra frame, Bill, but they got it done.
That was an exciting state tournament game. I think the stat you don't see in the line score, Parkview had chances. They left 11 on base, including the bases loaded in the 5th and 6th. They got 3 in the 6th. They might have got more, but they leave the bases loaded. And I think with the what-ifs in Orfordville on this night might be only if we had another timely hit. But congrats to Parkview. They come back from 1 down to take the lead. Then Prescott gets 2 in the 6th, win in the 8th, and the young freshman who'd only had 3 plate appearances coming into tournament play. He'll never forget that one there at the end. First pitch hit, and he hits a line drive to left to win the state title for Prescott. He's the hero in Prescott for this year and 3 more years of eligibility. And the other guy in the picture as well, he's a pretty good player. Billy Brookshaw, again, we talk about offensive heroes all the time. His defense, I think, was as big a key, and his relief pitching as his offense this weekend. He's a good ball player. Good to see good kids do well, and it was a good game.
That'll do it for my partner, Bill Brophy, and Sophia Minert. Thanks for watching the 2012 WIAA Boys Division III State Championship game. Once again, the final score, Prescott 4, Parkview 3. It took 8 innings. For all of our crew here in Appleton, good night, Wisconsin.
Short, short, short.
Yep. Hey. And don't be surprised if this one isn't over in 7. We'll be back with the starting lineups. How do you know that?
Jameis, is it left? What is his name? Lavery?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One take.
Yep.
From Fox City Stadium in Grand Chute, Wisconsin, welcome to the 2012 WIAA Boys State Spring Baseball Tournament. We've got a Division III matchup featuring the Vikings from Parkview High School and the Cardinals from Prescott. And hi again, everybody. Bob Brain, along with Bill Brophy, will be joined in the contest but with some... yeah, that's what I get.
Can you put your headset on, please?
Brandon. Doesn't
It
work.
doesn't work.
Doesn't work, we're told, so.
There's one here that does. Although I don't know where it is. One of those does.
I can do
I don't know if that one does.
Stand by. Or that one? Is it that one over there? That's for show. That's for show. Hang on, Jay. As you know, we're doing the open after the game. Okay, then. All right. Yeah, I would think so. We can go? Okay. From Time Warner Cable Field at Fox City Stadium in Grand Chute, this is the 2012 WIAA Boys State Baseball Championships. Today, a Division III matchup featuring the Parkview Vikings and the Prescott Cardinals. And hi again, everybody. Bob Brainerd along with Bill Brophy and Sophia Minert, where there are a lot of folks in the Division III world who kind of thought the Prescott Cardinals would be here playing for a D3 state championship. They were ranked number 1 in the coaches poll at the end of the season. They've got a terrific ball club, balanced ball club, good pitching, good defense, good hitters 1 through 9. They've also got a pretty good all-around ball player. Their shortstop, Billy Brickshaw.
Yeah, he can do it all. Hits over 500. He's a nuts. Stabilizing.
From Fox City Stadium, Time Warner Cable Field in Grand Chute. This is the 2012 WIAA Boys State Spring Baseball Championships. Today we've got a Division III matchup featuring the Parkview Vikings and the Prescott Cardinals. And hi again, everybody. Bob Brainerd along with Bill Brophy, and we're joined by Sophie. Jeez.
Take 12.
From Fox City Stadium, Time Warner Cable Field in Grand Chute. This is the 2012 WIAA Boys State Spring Baseball Championships. Today, a Division III matchup featuring the Parkview Vikings and the Prescott Cardinals. And hi again, everybody. Bob Brainerd along with Bill Brophy and Sophia Minert. There's a lot of folks in the Division III world here in the state of Wisconsin who kind of thought that Prescott would be playing for this D3 state championship. They were ranked number 1 in the coaches poll at the end of the year. They got a terrific ball club. Good pitching, good defense, good hitting 1 through 9. They've also got a pretty good all-around player in the shortstop, Billy Brickshaw.
Well, offensively, he hits over 500. He's also coming out of the bullpen to get a couple saves, but he's a stabilizing force on defense. They play the game right. They like to run and pressure the defense, but Brickshaw's their main man.
And for Parkview, it's their first ever trip to state. They're playing for a state championship now against Prescott, but the big story was the semifinal game. They got to this game, Bill, by getting a no-hitter in the semi.
Pretty incredible. Jamison Lavery threw a no-no, retiring the last 17. Nuts. I've done too many games. Messenger retired the last 17. Nuts.
This is the other kid.
Yeah.
Hey, do it again. From Fox City Stadium, Time Warner Cable Field in Grand Chute. This is the 2012 WIAA Boys State Spring Baseball Championships. Today, a D3 matchup featuring the Parkview Vikings and the Prescott Cardinals. And hi again, everybody. Bob Brainerd along with Bill Brophy and Sophia Minert. Well, there's a lot of folks who follow D3 baseball in the state of Wisconsin who kind of assumed that this Prescott team would be playing for the state championship. They were ranked number 1 in the coaches poll at the end of the year, and rightfully so. They've got a terrific team. They play defense. They pitch well. The hitters can all hit 1 through 9. And also, Bill, they got a pretty good all-around player in their shortstop, Billy Brickshaw.
I like Billy Brickshaw a lot. You like him, too. He's a 500 hitter. Also comes in out of the bullpen on occasion. He can get a save for you if you need be. But he's a stabilizing defense in the infield. He'll make the routine play. He'll make the spectacular play. But he's the leader out there. Just looks like a baseball player. You got to like his name as well.
Oh, I do. And this Parkview team, you got to like their story. It's the first time they've ever made a trip to the state championship. But the story isn't the fact that they're in the title game, Bill. It's how they got here. in the semifinal, they get a no-hitter to punch their ticket into the final.
Only the fourth one ever in the history of D3. Jamison Lavery did it yesterday. It was only the 14th in the history of the 65-year event here. He was awfully good. Today, he'll be behind the plate as Trevor Ossen, his battery mate, goes to the mound in an attempt to win Prescott the state championship.
Well, to set the stage, Sophia Minert sat in and chatted with both head coaches from Prescott and Parkview.
I think I said to get Prescott a championship.
Too late.
I
didn't hear it. Really? I didn't hear that.
Okay.
I didn't hear you say Prescott. I didn't hear him.
Nah, I'm sure I said it. I'm sure I said to get Prescott a state championship.
Sure it wasn't in the takes before, the 5 takes?
Yeah, I think we got to.
Let's do it.
Ready?
Yeah.
From Fox City Stadium, Time Warner Cable Field in Grand Chute. This is the 2012 WIAA Boys State Baseball Championship, the spring edition. Today we've got a Division III showdown featuring the Parkview Vikings and the Prescott Cardinals. And hi again, everybody. Bob Brainerd along with Bill Brophy and Sophia Minert. Well, there's a lot of folks who follow D3 baseball in the state of Wisconsin who kind of thought that Prescott would be here playing for the state championship. Rightfully so. The coaches poll, the final one, listed Prescott as the #1 team in D3, and they can back it up. They've got terrific pitching, terrific defense. The hitters, 1 through 9, can all hit the baseball. Oh, and by the way, they've got a terrific all-around player in Billy Brookshaw.
Yeah, he's their offensive leader. Hits over 500, gets you a save out of the bullpen if need be. He's also a 500 hitter who leads the team in stolen bases, but you got to like the way he plays defense. He's a stabilizing force out there. He'll make the routine play, but he'll also make the spectacular play. He's a guy you got to like. You got to like his name.
Yeah, I do like his name. And you got to like the backstory for Parkview on how they got here. It's their first ever trip to state. And not the fact they're playing the title game, Bill, but they won the semifinal to punch their ticket in the title game by getting a no-hitter.
Yeah, it hadn't happened often. First time 7 years in this event. Only the 4th time ever in Division III. Lavery was awfully good yesterday. That's Jamison Lavery. You'll see him behind the plate today after throwing the no-no yesterday. Trevor Ossen, his battery mate, will take them on and try to get Prescott. They're Parkview. Damn it.
I guess you did say it because you said it again.
Yeah, I knew I said it both times.
From Fox City Stadium, Time Warner Cable Field in Grand Chute. This is the 2012 WIAA Boys State Baseball Championships, the spring edition. This afternoon, a Division III matchup featuring the Parkview Vikings and the Prescott Cardinals. And hi again, everybody. Bob Brainerd along with Bill Brophy and Sophia Minert. Well, there's a lot of folks who follow the D3 field here in the state of Wisconsin who kind of assumed that Prescott would be here fighting for this D3 state championship. They were ranked #1 in the final coaches poll of the year, and they can back it up. They pitch well. They play defense well. Their hitters 1 through 9 can all hit the baseball. Oh, and by the way, they have a pretty good overall baseball player in shortstop Billy Brookshaw.
He's their leading hitter with an average of .507. He's their stolen base leader for a team that likes to run. He's also their stabilizing force on defense. He'll make the spectacular play, but maybe more importantly, he makes the routine all the time. He's their leader in the field. You can tell it just looking out at their squad. He's the guy everybody looks to. But he'll be tested today against a good Parkview club.
Yeah, and Parkview, you got to like their backstory. It's the first time they've ever made this trip to state. And, Bill, not the fact that they're in the state championship, but how they got here. They punched their ticket by winning their semifinal game with a no-hitter.
Jamison Lavery did that. Only the 4th ever in Division III. The first time it's been done in the state tournament in 7 years. He was awfully impressive on the mound yesterday. He'll be behind the plate today as the catcher. His battery mate Trevor Ossen will try to win the first ever title for Parkview.
Sophia Minert catching up with both head coaches before this one to talk a little X's and O's. When we return, starting lineups, opening pitch, Prescott and Parkview. It's next.